Good morning, students. I hope you all are fine. So children, in the previous chapters, we learnt about government, its levels and types. Now it is the time to move a step further by studying about the main elements of government in today's chapter named as key elements of a democratic government. Let us start the chapter by considering the case of South Africa. South Africa is a country that has people of different races. For example, there are people who belong to South Africa, white people who came to settle there, and Indians who came as laborers and traders. Let me tell you the story of an 11-year-old South African girl named as Maya Naidoo, living in the town of Johannesburg. Once she was helping her mother clear up her old boxes. She found a scrapbook full of pictures and newspaper articles. Many of those pictures were of a young schoolboy of about 15 years of age. When she asked her mother about the boy, she was told that he was called Hector Peterson. She added that he had been shot by the police. When she asked the reason, her mother explained that South Africa was earlier governed by apartheid laws. Now, you all must be thinking what apartheid is. Let me tell you. Apartheid means separation on the basis of race. South African people were divided into white, black, Indian, and colored races. According to the law, these races were not allowed to mingle with each other, to live near each other, or even to use common facilities. Maya could not believe her ears. Maya's mother sounded angry when she spoke about her life under apartheid. She told Maya that in those days hospitals were separate and so were ambulances. The ambulance for white people used to have all the facilities, whereas the ambulance for black people was not so well equipped. This separation was not just confined to ambulances, but trains, buses, and even the bus stops were different for black and white people. Furthermore, non-whites didn't have the right to vote. The best land was reserved for the white people, while non-whites had no leave on the worst available land. Therefore, we can say that both these races were not considered equal. One black township was the Southwestern Township. Hector Peterson lived here and he and his classmates joined the protest against learning the Afrikaans language in school. This was the language that the whites spoke. Hector and other school students were being forced to learn this language. Instead of this, they wanted to learn their own language, Zulu. The South African police beat up the protesters without any mercy and shot at the crowd. One of their bullets killed Hector. This was on 16 June 1976. So students, what do you get to know from this story? We came to know about the fact that people were highly discriminated on the basis of race. Now children, do you know how this discrimination came to an end? Let me tell you. The African National Congress, a group of people who led the struggle against apartheid, and their well-known leader Nelson Mandela, fought against apartheid system for several years and got success in 1994. South Africa became a democratic country in which people of all races were considered equal. Children, I have a question for you. Why do we have regular elections? We shall discuss answer to this question in this segment. We have already learnt that people have the main power in democracy, right? Through voting in elections, people elect leaders to represent them. These representatives take decisions or on the basis of people for their welfare. All governments are elected for a fixed period of time. This time is 5 years in India. If they want to be in power for more than this period, they need to be re-elected. In this way, all the power gets into the hands of people, and the power of the government gets limited by regular elections.